Moving on then to this idea of, well, is conflict good, bad, or indifferent? I suppose really the key thing to think about is that it's a tool. It doesn't really have any good or bad inference directly, but conflict can become toxic very, very easily and very quickly, which is why you're having this kind of overview about conflict and how to resolve it. The conflict that most people think about when you bring up the topic is destructive conflict, okay? And that's towards the bottom of the little flow part. And a conflict that's destructive is generally something where there's a winner and a loser. And that's not really useful at all, because for it to be positive and to be beneficial for you, it's almost kind of you're trying to get to that win-win situation, okay? Where everybody leaves feeling satisfied. And an unresolved conflict inevitably and really always will be something that's going to be destructive. So an unresolved conflict is something where you've lost the power to make a decision. So you have two people who are at odds, and then the boss comes along and just makes the decision about what's going to happen. Those two people won't have been able to resolve what their conflict is, really, because that decision and that power has been taken away from them. They will just have to live with the decision of someone else now. And when we talk about conflict resolution, this is actually something that's really, really important, because when you lose that ability to input into the decision-making process and driving that, you lose a lot and you can't get that back. So it's important not to be too premature in escalating something up the chain like that. On the other hand, constructive conflict is when everybody says they have a different viewpoint and acknowledges that that's a thing, and that's fine, and it's okay to have a different viewpoint. But really what they're trying to do is they're trying to work to resolve their difference of viewpoints, and they're kind of, compromising and negotiating and coming to a place where they're both happy. Now, this is a difficult thing to do, but it is not impossible. People do it all the time, in companies big and small, in nations big and small, and really it's the way things have to be to move forward. You have to have that acceptance of the other's viewpoint, you have to try and see it from their point of view, and then you have to figure out a way where you can come together and find the common ground. There always is some sort of common ground. Okay? It might seem very distant and very difficult to achieve, but it's there.